Hey coin collectors, Dan the Collecting Man here. I want to talk about the first coloured $2 coins that we're seeing for 2025. One that's kind of snuck up on us a little bit. There hasn't been as much media around this set. So what I want to do today is go through all the different varieties, because there's 6 different coins to collect all up, and to go through my experience of actually getting the coins today, what that was like, and then open up these special editions and see if I end up getting the special coin itself, and also talk about the $2 coin that's been in the past. So that this is not the first time there's been a $2 coin for the Australian Open in tennis. So chuck in the messages below how you went today. Were you even aware of this release, and is it something that you've been able to attain yourself? So specifically really around the Australia Post, you can get these ones from also the Royal Australia Mint, but the circulated condition ones you can only get from the tills from Australia Post, and they're very specific to only give out one of each different type when you went to get the coins today. So let's have a look at, first I'm going to start off with the men's coloured $2 coin. So that's this one here that we can see. So one thing to note that I've seen some other people already mention is it's got the darker blue colour in it, but it looks like the guy is very skinny. So it looks like a Mario Tennis. I'll show an image here of like the Mario Tennis. So what they're trying to portray here is this is mid shot, so he's just hit the ball, and you can see the ball coming towards you, and obviously you can see there with the Australian Open logo on the left there. I'll move it over so you can see a better quality image with the 2025 Australian Open. So this is in the anniversary of the 120th anniversary of the Australian Open. So it's been going for a long time. So and the colour is meant to match the kind of surface that we see on the actual ground at the actual Australian Open. So we've got obviously the dark blue for the men and the lighter blue for the women. So they're obviously unlimited in numbers, but given that how hard it was to obtain, or not saying hard, but they didn't seem to have as many at the shop. So I know one Australian Post I went to today, they only had 2 bags for the whole shop, so one of each colour. So I'm not sure how many of these are going to be minted, so it'll be very interesting to see. And I might have a look at this. This is one that I haven't actually put in the thing. Let's see if I can get the focus. There we go. So you can kind of see the image there. It looks nice and new. I think it's pretty cool. I don't mind the design. I like the way they've got the tennis ball in the middle. I think it's pretty cool. And then we've got the women's one as well. So not too bad. So again, you can see the Australian Open logo on there on the left. So it's a lighter blue colour. I do prefer the lighter blue colour, to be honest. I think it looks a little bit more snazzier to collect. So I went to 2 different post offices and was only able to get 2 of each, so it was very interesting. So they also released with these coins PNCs. So I think it was about 7,500 of the PNCs. Now I went to one post office that I always know they have all the key releases, and they didn't even have the PNCs. And I've seen them only really on the Australian Post website, still for sale when I was filming this, so they haven't sold out really quickly. There's no special edition, no special envelopes or anything, Privy Marks or anything else specific around that. So I don't know how collectible they'll be, but the ones that I think everyone wants and the ones that are going to be the most collectible are these ones here. So these ones have a special Privy Mark, as you can see here. So this is an uncirculated condition for the men's Australian Open with the Privy Mark of an envelope. So that's the key thing that you're going to get out of this. So it's a bit odd that normally you have the Privy Marks on the PNCs, not just this little package. Now the reasons it's enclosed is in 1 in 10 there's a special coloured, like tennis ball colour one. So that's the one you want. So let's open it up and hope for the best. Hopefully I do get the coloured one, the special coloured one. And it looks pretty cool. I like the way they've packaged this, actually. I must admit, the packaging of this is pretty cool. And this is just the standard one, but you can definitely see the condition of the coin, and the paintwork is absolutely spot on with this one. As you can see here, unlimited. And this one here, you have on the right hand side the little envelope one. So that's what makes this a little bit more collectible on that side. And then you can see King Charles. So it's definitely, from a condition point of view, you can see from a paint point of view. You can see this one's got some paint chips off it. You can see the white bits all there. It's got a lot of paint missing, and it's come straight out of a till. Hasn't really been touched. I did notice, because I was the first at the shops to get it, they're all getting it out and touching the coin and having a look at it, and I'm like, you know, internally cringing, going, please don't touch the coin like that. You're kind of putting your fingerprints all over it, but that's unfortunately part of coin collecting. So there we have that. So there is one of these, 1 in 10. This will be the color of the tennis ball, like this, with the blue instead of white line. So that's I'll put an image up on the screen to have a look at that one, and then let's look at the women's one and see how we went with this one here today. So I've seen some of these already being sold or being for sale for $699. So some people are trying to sell these at a ridiculously high price. I don't think they're going to ever be worth that. I think they're definitely going to be collectible. Any luck? No. So this is the lighter colored version, the females one. So again, nice coin to have. I'm only going to get the 2, and I can also actually, another key thing to point out is the actual tennis ball. You can see it's kind of embossed in the actual packaging, so you can kind of see it on the light there. You can actually feel it. The tennis ball has a bit of feeling to it, which is a kind of neat little touch to add to that. So chuck in the comments below if you're lucky enough to get one of the special different colored ones. I think they will become quite collectible, because they're going to be obviously a lot more limited, and they've also got the little envelope mark. So this one's got the envelope mark here on the left. So I think those colored tennis ball colored ones are going to be the ones that people are going to hunt for the most. The prices are going to be ridiculous for the next week, and I think over time, depending on how much stock there is, you might see that calming down. I certainly wouldn't be spending $700 for it, because you can go and get yourself a whole box of these unopened and then just open them all up, and that will cost you, with these costing $12 each, for $120 you can get 10, and then you got a pretty good chance of getting one of the colored ones. So that's the way I'd go about it, to try and get yourself one of the colored ones. But I definitely might look to, in the future, getting the colored ones once, maybe in a few months time, when everyone's forgotten about it. Now, normally I'd also like to add that the sports colored $2 coins are the ones that are least collectible. Most people like collecting the war memorial kind of version of the colored $2 coins. The sports ones don't seem to hold as much value. You look at the ones from the Olympics, even the NRL one that we had last year, they definitely aren't as collectible as the war memorial one. So just bear that in mind when you're looking at the secondary market and buying some stuff, that you don't want to spend too much money. Now, we also have seen in 2012 there was some colored, there was a $2 coin that came out there. So it was a bimetal. It was silver with some gold plated, only minted to 3,000, so very, very low mintage in that one, and you're looking upwards of nearly $1,000 odd plus for one of those. So they are pretty cool. And also in 2012 they had $1 coins with the cups on it, so the males and females trophies on there. So they were also something that was pretty cool to collect. But I definitely, after that, I certainly haven't seen them. I haven't seen people trying to sell them or talk about them as much. So like I said, I don't think they were as collectible as these, but these are nonetheless. I'm happy to have them, happy to have both versions. It would have been cool to get the special color edition, but I didn't want to go and buy a whole heap, because that's not for me something that I'm personally interested in. So I've also just recently added a link down below to buy me a coffee. So if you want to buy me a coffee as a bit of a shout out to the channel and to the work I do, I'd really appreciate that. It helps me know that people enjoy the work and effort that I put into this channel. Also, make sure you do give us a thumbs up, and if you're not yet subscribed, to subscribe to Dan the Collecting Man. I think it's going to be a very, very interesting year when it comes to coin collecting. So I'm going to be doing a lot of videos and content to try and educate people and make it a bit of fun for 2025. And as always, thanks so much for watching and joining the coin collecting community. I'll catch you in my next video. Dan.